Death Promise is one of those weird mid-70s New York filmed movies, which is kind of low budget, filmed by a group of kind of amateurs, or so it feels, but it shows a time and a place. You know, I love the photography. I love to see New York in the 70s, before it was kind of gentrified, before it was took over by businessmen, and that's part of the storyline of this one, and just shows the kind of textured nature of that landscape, all the graffiti, the rundown buildings. It's really interesting to see. The movie itself set around an apartment block. Now we follow Charlie, our main character. He lives there with his father, and there's various friends and that living in the building, but there is a problem. The owners of the building are trying to drive them out. They're setting fires, they're releasing rats, they're attacking people. They're trying everything to clear out that building, because they know they can knock it down, build a new one, and make a small fortune. So that's more interesting to them than allowing these people to live in this kind of run-down apartment block. But Charlie's father is the kind of leader, gathering everyone together, saying, you know what, hang on, let's not give in to these people. So of course they do the only thing they can, and they have him killed. Charlie is fueled with anger, wanting to get revenge, but before he can do that, his karate master sends him away to learn karate from somebody else, in a kind of weird sequence. And then you then get a training montage of Charlie learning various karate maneuvers, although he seemed capable at the start. It's really kind of fun and quirky. It's very tropey as well. It does lots of things quite well, but at the same time it still feels very amateurish in the way it goes about what it's doing. Some of the acting is just downright atrocious, really bad. I can forgive that in some cases, because you kind of know a little bit of history around the movie. The fight scenes are genuinely kind of fun. You understand that these people can do the stunts, they're capable of doing them, they're probably good fighters, but in the choreography something gets a little bit lost. You see it in the fight scenes where it's as if someone has hit their mark a little bit too early, and now they have to just wait about for that inevitable blow that is coming. It doesn't flow, it doesn't feel as if it's a kind of natural progression within the fight scene. It feels as if it stops and starts as people manoeuvre to the next point, hit. Somebody has to get there a little bit early and have to wait, then they get hit and fall down in the right manner. It feels a little bit clunky in the fight scenes, although I did enjoy the majority of them. There is some story aspects that are just utterly bonkers. Particularly the final reveal at the end of the movie feels completely out of place, and I've got to wonder why that character did what they did at the start of the movie, rather than just finishing the situation before he allowed it to build up. The bad guys, the business guys, are all over the top caricatures of evil businessmen. I kind of like that aspect of it, where they are really nefarious and have an almost gangster-like feel about these guys, even though they're all in their three-piece suits and professing to be businessmen. They're willing to get their hands dirty at certain points. Death Promise was interesting visually. I had some good fun moments with it, but I can't help but feeling that it was rinse and repeat a lot of the time. It was one that I couldn't really get into. I'm going to give it another chance, because I feel like it should be something that I loved, but I just struggled to connect with the material a lot of the time. I love action fight movies, and it just felt a little bit too clunky and not as polished as something else that I've seen. But there is a certain charm to not being polished as well. Death Promise is a really kind of interesting movie. It's a product of its time, which is a good thing, and it's one that I'm going to go back and check again. I didn't love it, I liked it, but we'll see how I get in a second watch. I'd love to know your thoughts on Death Promise. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.